Let's untangle the complex threads of relationship between those who identify as Black Hebrews or Black Israelites and those who identify as Jews. You probably learned little to nothing about the Jews of Africa, who predate the Jews of Europe by as much as 2,500 years. So let's start with a crash course in global Jewish history. It spans 4,000 years and is very involved, so I'm going to focus on the period relevant to this issue and break it down into a few videos. First of all, who are the Jews and how did we get our name? Over the millennia, several nations and empires invaded and occupied the ancient kingdom of Israel, including the Assyrians, the Babylonians, and the Romans. Jews got our name, Jews, from the Babylonian invasion of the southern region of ancient Israel, which was called Yehuda. In English is known as Judah. The people of Yehuda were the Yehudim, which in English is Jews. Yehuda, Yehudim. Judah, Jews. They were taken as captives to Babylon, which today is the land of Iraq. The Persians, who are the ancestors of the Iranians, conquered the Babylonians 50 years later. Persian King Cyrus offered the Jews religious freedom if they chose to stay in the Persian Empire. Many Jews did choose to stay, including my direct ancestors. Others returned to Israel to rebuild the motherland. King Cyrus not only allowed the Jews to return, but financed the rebuilding of Israel, in particular the Beth HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Yerushalayim, which in English is known as Jerusalem. The Jews who stayed in Persia either remained right where the Babylonians had left them, or they migrated through the vast Persian Empire throughout West, Central, South, and East Asia. For those of you who are not aware, West Asia is more commonly known as the Middle East. My family was among those who remained on the rivers of Babylon, which is not only a Bob Marley song, but an actual place where the Jews were exiled between the Tigris and Euphrates River. They remained on that land for the next 2,600 years until they were forced to flee as refugees from Iraq in 1950. This Sunday, I'm actually teaching an online class about the Iraqi Jewish songs and traditions for the holy day of Simchat Torah, and I welcome you to join me. No knowledge of Hebrew or Middle Eastern culture is necessary to participate fully. You can find out more and register for my program at kazum.com. You also can learn more about indigenous Middle Eastern Jews in my anthology of women from the community. The book is called The Flying Camel, and it's the first anthology by Jewish women of color. Buy it on my store at kazum.com/shop. I'm going to leave you with the original version of the song On the Rivers of Babylon in the ancient melody that my ancestors sang it. Be sure to check out my next video in this series, which talks about the Assyrian invasion of northern Israel, which, among other things, led to the scattering of the Israelites throughout Africa. And now for the song, Al Neharot Babel, on the rivers of Babylon. Al Neharot Babel, Sham yashavnu Aram bachinu, Bezochrenu Asyon,